Yo, so I'm gonna be going over why pros use different, camera settings and what makes them better. So these camera settings are personally mine. I've just been using them kind of for a very long time. Um, I don't use 110 FOV. I don't know. It's just a preference. I use 270 distance. 270 is probably like the best distance in the game, to where you can like see the full field. If you're looking forward like this, you can see the full field. You can know if your teammate's over there. You know your teammates over there. It's like the best looking distance. So we go back to our angle. A lot of people use -4 or -3. -4, it's all kind of preference, but if you're using like anything, like these are the best to being able to see over the ball. Like 5, 4, and 3, like you can see over the ball pretty well when you dribble, or you can at least know what's gonna happen. Like you can see to the left or to the right. But if you're using like, you know, 0, it's not gonna be as easy. You can't really tell what's going on in front of you. So that's one benefit of this. Stiffness doesn't really matter. It all depends on what you really like, but most pros usually have a lower stiffness, like probably from 0.55 to 0.4, because it allows you to be further away from your car. Like when you boost, you get pretty far away from your car, so you can end up seeing more when you boost, which is a very good plus that goes with it. And swivel speed, I like mine at 6.2, just because I don't like it just going super like crazy quick. Like I could control it at the speed I really like it. It's kind of preference as well, but these camera settings, 109 FOV, it's not really like a common one, but I mean, you gotta just find what you like, really. And if it's anywhere in the 270 range, I think, that'd be pretty good camera settings to use, considering it's just naturally good camera settings, no matter, what rank you are or whatever. It's just gonna be really good camera settings just to use for vision of the field. Because if you use camera settings like this, where you're using 240 -3 and you have like high stiffness, you can't see as much. Like you're super close. Like I can't see my teammates anymore. Like my teammates, where I could see like all the way over here, now I can only see, barely anything. So if you want to be able to see your teammates and know how to play with your teammates, using closer camera settings will never be, that well. Of course you can get used to them, but it will never be beneficial. So now I'm going to go to my controls. So my controls are very different from like a lot of players. Like I think probably only like a few pro players actually use mine. Maybe like 2 or 3, maybe. I don't even know. But so I use 0.04 in my controller dead zone, because it kind of it's like how good your controller is. Because if your controller is super good, you can go like 0.2 or 0.1, maybe even 0.0, but mine's only good enough for 0.04. My steering sensitivity is 1.4. I used to use 1.2, but this is kind of all of how you feel really on it. But yeah, and then my bindings. My bindings are everything is normal except my I don't have my power slide on L1, which a lot of people do, or R1. I have arrow right and arrow left. I use both of them. I don't use normal arrow at all. Like I don't use normal arrow at all. This binded, but I don't use it at all. I use arrow left and right. And personally, I think it's the best change you could possibly do, because when you get up higher, you can do so many more different recoveries. Like you can be super quick, like on the wall. So if like say you're trying to like recover, right, and you flip into the wall, right, you can arrow out of it so much quicker. Or like, I don't really know a situation to get in, but you can just arrow out of things super quick. Like you can get out of things where it might be awkward, where you're like, this is me using regular arrow, where it might be awkward and you're trying to get out, when in reality I can just go like instantly turn like that way, or instantly turn this way to get out of it. Or if I'm trying to take a shot, right, if I'm trying to take a shot off the wall or something, and like I'm trying to like go from a weird angle or something, I can use my left arrow. Like if I shoot it like right here, my right arrow, right, I can do like this, which it would be way harder to do, like there wouldn't be able to be boosting when you go for the shot unless you play claw. If you played claw, then you could do like something like that, because you wouldn't be able to boost. You'd have to go like, so you'd have to take the shot like this, if you didn't use normal arrow, or you'd have to take, if you play claw, then you could do it, but if you couldn't, you'd have to take your shot like this. You wouldn't be able to use arrow, or you'd have to stop boosting, go like this, then boost and do it. But with an arrow left or right, you can just pop it right here, and you can go like that and boost, which most people who just use normal arrow couldn't do. So that's kind of the pluses of having, you know, arrow left and arrow right down. I would for sure recommend it. It maybe take a little bit to learn, but I mean, there's so much stuff you can do, so much things that you can actually accomplish. Plus your mechanics will look a lot better as well, because there's a lot of people who just look like, you know, like they struggle with mechanics, like they don't look that good mechanically. The people who look good mechanically are the people who usually use arrow left and right. Like the people you see in rank that look like pretty solid in mechanic and look mechanics who almost look like freestylers if you're at a higher rank. Those players probably use arrow left or right. Or the people who look very mechanically fast as well are usually the people who use arrow left and right, because you can just get out of things super quick, and like you can go for shots like that. Because I can turn both ways. Of course you can learn it on arrow, but it just makes it easier if you understand it. And plus you can stall if you like learn how to stall. But yeah, if you guys want anything else, this is kind of what I base camera settings off of, what you like the most, but as well as like what I wouldn't use anything higher than 280 or anything lower than 260. I wouldn't use anything higher than 110 and anything lower than 90. I would never use anything like, there's like 3, 4, and 5 are the best ones. I wouldn't use anything lower. It's just kind of the best things to use. Like if I'm making camera settings, I won't go anything past these, or these 3, 4, and 5, and I wouldn't go past this, and I wouldn't go past this, and I wouldn't go past or below 260, and I wouldn't go past 280. It's kind of like if I made new camera settings and just wanted to do something different, I wouldn't go past 5.5. Like I have a few things in mind, and I'm pretty sure a lot of pros do similar like this. Like they won't go past a certain amount. They might try it, but they'll never end up sticking with it because it's just not that good of a camera setting. Like especially if you're in the corners with some of these camera settings, you can't see if someone's going for you. Like if you're like right here and you had the ball, you wouldn't know like if there's a guy coming at you for the ball. But yeah, that was kind of my like, you know, guide on what camera settings like that are good, or what you should kind of be focusing on. And a little bit over controls as well. I mean, if you guys want to see my video settings, it's just, a lot of people put everything on high performance or whatever. I just have these, you know, this thing on because I don't know. I like my game looking kind of clean rather than kind of dead. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you. I'm the man, I'ma get it, cause I can, am I fitted in my vans, I think baby girl a fan, she a fan, I'm Holly Chad in front of Valley.